Shalom, shalom, Israel. This is your boy Kwamwala out of HOIGA, North Carolina. I want to start off by saying, Call Halal Yahweh, by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's all praises to the Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This is HOI again, coming back, presenting you with some more theological terms. This is part 2. And today we're going to be going into, once again, the Webster's Dictionary of Theological Terms by Donald K. McKim. You can look this book up and you'll find everything I'm bringing out in it. So let's get started. Today, we're going to go over the terms of exegesis and eisegesis. All right? Exegesis is the right way to do it. Eisegesis is not the right way to do it. But we're going to break these words down and we're going to give definitions as well as examples that we can see in the Bible. All right? Start off with exegesis. Exegesis derives from the Greek exegesis, interpretation, from exegestai, to draw out or explain. The act of interpreting or explaining the meanings of a verse or passages of Scripture. Now, all it's really saying is reading a verse and breaking it down into layman's terms. So let's get an example of that. The example we're going to use is in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 8. So they read in the book of the law of God distinctly and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading. So basically, when Nehemiah was reading out of the Torah, he was breaking down what he was reading just so the people can understand it. So he's going to relate it to them or say it in a fashion to where they can, it's very relatable and they'll understand it completely. All right. Now, the next word is eisegesis. Eisegesis is reading meanings into a biblical text as opposed to out of a biblical text. Eisegesis. In other words, this is reading your own personal beliefs into the scriptures, even though it's not in there. Also known as inserting or insertion. Now, example of eisegesis will be in Matthew 15 and 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. Now, a lot of Christians run to this verse and they say, see, we can eat whatever we want. And that has nothing to do with the context of what Yahweh Shai was talking about when he actually gave that parable. Let's get the true context of what he meant. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 15, and we're going to start at verse 15 and read down through 20. Verse 15. Then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto this parable. Because before then, Yahweh Shai was cutting the scribes and Pharisees, and he was cutting them with parables. So Peter came to Yahweh Shai in secret and was like, hey man, let me know what you meant by that, you know? Verse 16. And Jesus said, are ye also yet without understanding? Man, you still don't get it? You ain't understand that? Verse 17. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly and is cast out into the drought? Verse 18. But those things which proceedeth out of the mouth come forth from the heart, which means the mind, and they defile the man. Verse 19. For out of the heart proceedeth evil thoughts. That's how you know when he's talking about the heart, it's talking about the mind. Because the heart is just a muscle. It does not have thoughts at all. Murderers, adulterers, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. All of those start as a thought and is acted out. Verse 20. These are the things which defileth a man. But to eat with unwashen hands defileth not a man. So the true context is dealing with eating with unwashed hands. Has nothing to do with eating anything abominable or unlawful. So this does not mean you can eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. All right? So in conclusion, eisegesis is inserting or reading your own presupposition into the text, while exegesis is explaining or breaking down a text or a verse into layman's terms. So, I hope y'all were edified in the spirit. Don't forget to join HOI every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for any Q&A or questions you may have. And once again, this is your brother Kwanwala, and I say shalom.